Hey,
Robin,
Jack,
we're the Inwits for our recap on the Australian season, which ended last night, and I am personally pumped. I won't ever use that again. I won't ever do that again.
You did it in my house too. I think I'm going to have to clean.
I will not say. Look, I'm going to try things, but that one was one that we will scrap for good. What did you think? Where are we at? What do you want to go over?
One thing I want to go over is Brian and Shoney. We did go through it last week, but I do just want to make the point here right now. Brian made the mistake of not voting Sian out when he had the opportunity.
Yeah, well, this was brought up in that he should have. That's what we were saying.
Yeah,
he had
Well, he had two chances.
The final two here was easily avoidable.
Absolutely,
like there's no question.
Shoney's choice equally was exactly the same mistake. She had the opportunity to vote Sian out. She could have gone with Monica and Brian. And this is what I don't understand. Shane said she wanted to get the people who voted Fenella out, right?
Yeah.
People who voted out were Shane and Shane, right?
Fair.
Brian, he tried to make it look like he manipulated that vote, but he didn't. He just mucked up.
Yeah, he mucked up.
Right?
He made a mistake.
And she went for him. It was just very strange. But she made the same mistake. Sub 6, you cannot let a power couple exist.
No,
it's as simple as that.
That's true. That is true. And they were trying to put the power couple, but not that. I guess the thing was, they weren't a power couple. They were a couple.
Oh no, I'm just saying, Sian and that was always. Whenever they went and talked to them, it was all about you join us.
Yeah.
They were never willing to work with anybody else. And as soon as you see that, you know you can't work with them. You've got to break them up.
Yeah.
See, if she had got rid of Shane, if Shane had voted Sian out, say, right, voted with Brian and that. Then she would have had Shane by herself.
And then she could have done
Monica
and got rid of Brian if he doesn't win.
Exactly, Monica. Do you want to face Brian in the final? Yeah. Monica would have been like, no way. And those three could have then, and Shane would have made it.
And I don't think Again, we had the same final challenge to a degree.
It's exactly the same. It was just split up.
It was split up. Yeah. I mean, they're standing in an awkward position. The only thing is they're on the ocean now. But it was the same challenge, which is definitely not going to favour someone as big as Brian.
Oh God, no, that's right. I think it's a detriment. Somebody light and small is going to survive a lot longer.
Yeah. So that was one that, if he doesn't win, which he didn't, is where you get rid of it.
That's right. So look. I don't even think... Shani did win one immunity challenge. How she would have gone against Sian on that challenge, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I don't think she would have beat... That was another one of Sian's strength challenges. Like, she was really good. Like, that was her...
Well, it was exactly the same thing that the very first individual that she won, hang on a pole.
Yeah, it's the same... Yeah, it was the exact same challenge.
Exactly the same challenge.
It was legitimately the same challenge. You are correct. Right. The only difference was, instead of your feet being equal, there's the...
Exactly.
That's the only difference. The same challenge.
You're basically handing it to her.
That's that's
already
frustrating. Done it. She's done that challenge already this season. That's kind of a little bit annoying that we're trying...
That's why I want to see the dynamic challenges, the ones where you got to race off, get puzzle pieces, come back, do a puzzle.
The one that's physically exhausting and mentally exhausting.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah. So anyway, apart from that, look, I think it played out pretty much the way I thought it was going to play out.
You actually said that's what you went Shoney's mistake. It was never going to help her out.
Look, the only way Shoney was going to survive is if Shane or Sian won that immunity.
Yeah. Look, for
they would have voted Brian, maybe.
Easy, yeah.
Right? And then Shane, but then Shoney's the next vote.
But then, then it's still out of her hands. It's still in the situation where it's up to
those two,
her winning immunity.
Exactly.
And it's leaving a little. She's let herself have not enough power at all there.
Exactly.
That said, I didn't mind her potential strategy.
I loved her strategy.
She goes, I can't make fire. I know I can't make fire, but I'm going rogue.
It's the first time I've actually seen somebody cross the lines, right? At final, when that 4 situation happened.
We had that last year in the sense that Jericho went, I'm going unless you take me to fire.
Yeah, exactly.
This was the opposite situation, was like, well, we're going to fire. Yeah. How can I try and change it because I don't want to go to fire? I thought she did the mass like she added it up really well. Yeah, I think she did very, very and you know, if Sian was thinking,
I think Shani knew also it was a Hail Mary.
It was
right. She knew that this was her only chance.
The finale week was, I think, a lot of Hail Marys.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Brian was just Hail Marying like crazy in the sense that he's swaying on the thing and then he's like, "You got to take me." What? You've already given her the win. He's on the
well,
pole.
I think, this is the one thing I think, when Brian was moving around on the pole,
Yeah.
that's a really bad sign.
Oh, it's a bad sign.
Every time you move, there's an opportunity to make a mistake.
Yeah.
You saw what Sian did. All she did was basically just hang and stay in the same.
But yeah, it was just...
And as soon as his hat slipped off, I was like, oh, he's done.
Oh, according to rules. But the thing, he was done as soon as he looked over and went...
Oh, yeah.
When he started talking to Sian, that was a Hail Mary. I'm done. I can't
Well, it's
beat
also
her.
information for Sian, isn't it? Sian's...
Yeah.
It's information to her, like, he's on the edge. All I have to do is hang on here and he's gone.
Mine. It's exactly, this is mine. It was very... So that was a Hail Mary from Brian as well.
But look...
And then we've got Sian's Hail Mary in Tribal, the final Tribal.
Look, I'm really interested in this because I'm really glad it came back to bite her in the backside, really, right?
Yeah. Well, I
think it should have.
Right? I think it should have more.
Yeah.
The one vote deciding that difference.
Yeah. But I think Benji, right, would have probably been wording them up about the situation that was occurring there. Like, she was trying to play both sides then, right?
Yeah.
She was in with Benji and she was in with Matt and Matt, right?
Yeah.
And the reason she didn't tell was because she was unsure herself about whether she wanted to, whether
Which
Benji was
she wanted to
exactly
go on.
right. That's why she didn't tell.
Because I actually really...
And I thought actually just that Brian was one that asked really good questions.
Yeah,
Brian really got to them.
Well, I think he also came in. I think it's fresh for him, and his questions were good, but I think his questions came. They were like really. They were almost like, Sian, this is a mistake, and I'm going to make you pay. Answer this question.
Well, that's what I mean. Brian was the first one that brought it up. He brought up the whole Matt situation. He was the one that raised it, right?
Yeah.
But I thought it was really good because, as much as Sian's a lawyer, right? Brian was actually doing the job of a lawyer. He was like in cross-examination.
Exactly. So
he was like
this was the thing. It's like, yes, she's a lawyer. Her job is to speak to the jury.
Yeah.
But her job is to speak to the jury on behalf of someone,
not of herself.
And I actually really like this final tribal.
Oh, look, I thought, to tell you the truth, I think it was much better than even the American tribal, right?
It was a really great
they
tribal.
got to ask whatever they wanted to.
Yeah,
it was great. You could see the backwards and forwards.
Yeah, and it kind of led to another question. And then when there was a bit of stalemate, who else piped up with a question?
That's right.
I kind of liked, and I like the form. I like them.
I loved it. I thought the format, it was so dynamic.
Yeah, and I think that's where America is trying to get to.
Yeah, in the Americans, they all come up, they ask their one question.
Well, they ditched that a while ago.
Yeah, but that was the format.
Yes.
And it's too formal.
Yeah.
I love this. Just sit around the circle, basically, and have it out.
Yeah.
You get to hear everything.
And I think that also is a detriment to Sian in the sense that she was too formal in an environment that became so unformal.
I think the problem for Sian in the end was actually Benji.
I think the problem with Sian...
I don't mean in the sense of a vote. I just think in the sense that whatever spin she tried to put on that, the problem was that Benji had told them what was really going on.
Oh, yeah, like where she said the idol...
And she said it was a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Benji, like I said, I don't think... I also... Because that was in the reunion, I think, when Benji brought up I knew that... I had that planned anyway. No. That was... I think you were thinking on your feet to try. If it didn't work, you were always going to play your idol. I believe that. But I think that moment to try and make Sian play it for herself was pure impulsive. It was a panic, get out of this situation mode without walking.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, what I mean is, like, I think the problem for Sian was Benji in the villa.
Okay.
Would have been laying bare to Matt.
Yeah, okay.
This is the situation around your expulsion.
What I enjoyed about this final tribal is, it's like this whole season. Yeah, go on.
What do you think of Shane? I thought Shane really handled himself well.
This is what I was literally about to get
into. Okay, sorry.
It started off and there's like this whole season is a tale of two halves, and this tribal was almost a tale of two halves as well. Sian came out of the blocks with a really lawyer, judgish sort of delivery.
It was
and she was appealing to them. She was doing.
She pleaded. She even said, "I'm pleading with you."
That's later on. But in the early part, she's like appealing to them. She's just wording it like a bloody tribal camp, like an
her
actual
opening
trial.
statement was actually her opening statement at a trial. Exactly what she would say to a real jury.
Yeah, and Catherine, my
and
partner,
I think it
was
came
saying
across
the same thing.
that
She's
way,
like,
you know?
it's the exact same thing, and you could see it. She was
you could
using all
see
that.
it, right?
Whereas Shane was a little bit. She wasn't very strong.
Well, I loved that she said, well, when I came into this game, I didn't know what was going on.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that because no one knows what's going on.
I know, but what I mean is she was just explaining, exactly, Shoney doesn't know, none of them know.
None of them knew.
But I like the way she said, this is how I developed my strategy. What she was just saying was, I started like all of you. I didn't know what was going on, but this is how I built my strategy. And I think she could actually say how she built it.
And I think her opening statement, I feel, was weak. Was a weaker opening statement in the sense, I don't need to hear how you didn't know what was going on, because as a jury member,
of course,
we're all in the same boat, Shane. But what I really liked is, I can't remember who it was, but someone said, it's a yes or no answer, Shane.
Oh, Brian,
give me a yes or no answer.
$500,000 on the line here.
And she said yes. I do think I was more loyal. And when she said yes, Brian almost gave her the freedom,
of course,
to own her game.
She became more forthright after that.
And she just kind of went up and strength and strength. And her jury answers in that discussion, she became, this is what I did and I own everything. And yes, I believe everything I did was right. Whereas Sian came out with this opening statement that has seen her close so many cases, and then all of a sudden, that's not how this game works.
Yeah, exactly.
She went down like this, and then she begged
for them. She never plead.
Yeah, she actually begged for them to win.
Nah.
I'm like, whoa.
You know when she said she was pleading?
Yeah.
But you could see she was pleading before she said it, right? That's a big mistake.
I'm so surprised that it was only one vote difference, because if you start begging for the win...
Please give it to me because I'm begging you.
And this is my thing.
I wouldn't give you the vote.
No, you're begging me to win. I'm sorry. This one's owning her game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? You didn't tell Matt. Own the fact that you didn't tell Matt.
That was her big mistake. I think she didn't...
She's like, I want it, but I was really loyal to you. You know
I was really loyal, except for when I wasn't. And
it was a mistake. I'm really sorry.
And she never could cover that.
No,
she could
but
never
you know
cover
what?
it.
She would have covered if she was just honest.
Oh, absolutely. If she had just sat there and said, look, I was playing both sides at that stage. And
I wasn't really sure.
I wasn't really sure about what was going on.
I wanted to save you, but then there was a bit of confusion. But, I just need to know.
She had said that. People would have gone, oh, well, you were playing the game.
Yeah.
Like like that.
Just because that's
Brian would have gone, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's the game. Like because I'm still unsure. Like, yes, Brian can be a bit obnoxious to a lot of people around him, but I don't think he was very villainous.
Oh, I don't think he was villainous. Like, I mean, to me, he just played it the same as Richard Hatch. I don't think Richard Hatch is a villain.
No, he was smart. I thought he played I thought his game deteriorated at the end, but I think so. I don't think he was a villain. I thought when he chose to eat the reward or whatever.
I thought that was great.
That's a no-brainer. Yeah. You either steal, you always win. Share, 50-50 chance you never win.
Right?
It's a steal. No-brainer. No-brainer. Right?
And I think he really pegged Sian at that. He knew she was going to do a share.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, Sian, that was a foolish thing. Because at this point of the game, it's not about this honour. And stop calling it, I'm here for honour.
Honour, loyalty, these words.
Just own your game.
Don't mean... People who...
And when you are playing someone who... You are playing against the one who was the most loyal. You can't use that.
See, that's Shane's great thing,
You could have done it against Brian. Easily done it against Brian.
The fact is, though, as far as Shane goes, right, she actually did lie about the loyalty, right? Because she was loyal to Lydia, too. Yeah. And she turned on Lydia on a dime, right?
Which is why...
And nobody brought it up.
and this is funny because... That was the episode where I said, I think Shane can take it.
Yeah, same here.
We were like, that was
a really cool move.
That move is still flawless.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a flawless play.
Matt owned it.
Yet
she did it.
In this final jury, the final tribal, she never really said, I did that.
No.
She kind of teetered around the edge.
No, she did say I engineered it.
Eventually. But at the start, she was it was never her move. I wanted her to just come out.
I think there was one other area that Sian failed in. Did you notice that she claimed, the last, say, 5, 6, 7 votes, right? She claimed 3 of those scalps, right?
Yeah,
and we know it was Brian and Shoney, and they all knew on that side of the jury. hang on, you're claiming our scalps.
But that's why that's why I'm surprised that it was so close.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I think it was on the Australian Survivor fan Facebook page. I'm not sure if I commented, but I was going to.
Yeah.
That Sian, to me, I think her game, yes, she played hard. But she played in
I don't think she played that hard.
But she played in desperation the whole way through. Whenever she was on the edge, she panicked and she hustled. And I admire the hustle. Don't get me wrong, I admire the hustle. But it came from this desperation. Yeah. And it was always...
That's right. It wasn't a game plan, it was desperation.
It was desperation, which we saw manifest itself in a beg.
But exactly.
And that's what she was doing. Please, we can't get rid of me. She was always basically begging this.
I still want to point out that Sian's gameplay, I don't think was that hard. Have a look at her playing that idol when Matt's getting voted off, right? It's like watching a 2-year-old being directed by an adult. Yeah. And she's like, no, you're doing that. And she's like, am I? And she's just so over the place, right? It's like a child, right? And the only two things that I think actually gave her the idea... reinforced the idea that she played hard was those two. She did two magnificent plays, right? She played an idol correctly against Brian to get rid of
and that was very clever. That was very good. Clever, and the deception behind that was brilliant.
Then she picked that Brian was going to play an idol.
Shoney.
Yeah, no, but all I'm saying to you is it came across as Sian, right? Yeah. She claimed that. She claimed that, right?
The group, but I think it
I
was a group, but I still believe
But all I'm saying is, those two idol plays made her look a lot better than she was.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think she played a terrible game. I definitely don't.
She didn't play a terrible game.
I think she played very well. I just think. I think the desperation.
Yeah, my thing is, I think she's a very average player who just happened to get lucky.
Well, this is the thing. She because and again, I'm going back.
Let's put it this way: out of all the people that played this time, there's two people I want to see again. Brian, and Shoney.
Don't want to see Matt. No. Don't want to see Benji.
No, they're not interesting enough.
Okay.
Brian and Shoney got it. They've got it in them, I think.
Yeah, and I think Sian, and this was Sian is lucky to be there, even outside of her desperation and pleas. Yeah. And again, I know you don't agree with me as much, but this dead man walking was the biggest mistake.
Oh no, I do agree with you. Yeah. But I think they had a chance to recover. They just didn't take it.
Yes, but the fact is that should never have happened, and Sian should never have been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was a no-brainer.
Oh no, I agree with you.
So that's so lucky to avoid a guaranteed boot out. She was gone.
Absolutely. Look,
and there's no amount of desperation should have got her out of that.
No.
Should have got her out of that position.
The 2 votes on Steve was definitely a mistake. The first vote on Steve, I think, was a mistake because, as we've pointed out, what sort of a threat was he?
No, he wasn't.
He's got no social game. He's not going to win.
Yeah, and Brian's worried. I guess Brian was worried about this immunity thing, but he didn't get it.
It's just overblown because Steve hadn't won anything and Sian won. Right? It was just stupid. But anyway, we've talked about that. At the end of the day, though, I thought it was a pretty good finale.
I really loved it, and that's why I say it was a tale. Like this season's a tale of two halves. The first half of this game, and I read an interview with Jonathan about, because apparently this season has been the best season they've had.
Really? After the last one? I thought last one was great.
No, this season has done the best, so much so that the auditions are already out.
Wow.
Did they say they would have said that on the reunion?
I probably didn't hear that.
Yeah, because you know how last season I was waiting. This was announced because I watched it on TV.
That's fantastic.
Because I was sitting there about to Google it.
Did you put it in today?
Well, I've started. I haven't begun. I'm ticking. Things are ticking. Point is, that's a really strong sign for me as a fan to go. Last year I waited, I think, a month and a half, 2 months to see if it was going to get renewed.
That's right.
This in the ads of the action, not the reunion show, in the actual grand finale.
Asking for your
I was saying the applications are now open.
As you know, I don't watch telly. So.
Yeah, I know, and I was free that night, or else I would have had to play it on catch up.
But look, what I do not want to see is another celebrity zone.
Well, this is the thing. Jonathan said, I think it's open again.
That's what I want to see.
But anyway, going back to my point.
Yes, please.
Jonathan said and this is why the first half of this season was so flat and actually demoralising because he thought the challenges that were set up were too physical and too champions
centric. Yeah, I agree.
And if they made a bit more interesting challenges to kind of cater for some contenders to win, would have really changed it up, because we started like this and we ended up with a really fascinating second half post-merge.
Absolutely.
Thank God, because I did not see that
coming. Neither did I. Well, you know how pessimistic we were.
You were hoping for it? You had more hope than me. I had zero.
Oh, look, I had a little bit of hope, but I wasn't that hopeful. You know, I was like, they're going to roll in, they're just going to pick them off.
You still had the faith, and I had lost it.
Well, I just hoped, like, my faith was banking on Shoney and Benji.
Yeah.
That's where my faith was banking.
But we got a really great season, like a really great second half of this
season. Second half was excellent.
It was really awesome. There's a lot of move.
And that's the thing, even though we say this, even though I've said Brian has made a crucial error, even though I say Shoney's made a crucial error, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, it's not... Seeing the errors is just as exciting as seeing the positives.
Yeah, because I'm seeing people play, and the first half of the game we weren't seeing people play. So I really...
Exactly.
I come out of that so excited. I watched did you watch the reunion?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. So the reunion, obviously there's not too much that goes
I don't usually watch the reunions.
Well, American reunions now like 15, 20 minutes.
I know, right? So it's just tacked on to the end of the...
And this is kind of the same, but stretched out really far. So
well, that's probably why I don't, because like the reunions to me aren't much.
Okay. What it was for me is, and I know, I think it was healthy because the amount of people in the audience was huge. There was
that's good. Sorry. When I say I don't watch it, doesn't mean I don't think they're worthless. It's just that there's not much information.
There's no information. I mean, and there was some really, really cringy moments. Like there was, you know, Benji tried to claim he was a bigger villain than Russell.
Oh my God!
Because Russell left. I don't know if you know, but Russell left the Australian season and just started to tear to shreds how easy the Australians have it. And because he just...
Oh, really?
He was really kind of hating on the Australian season. He never arrived. And they made a point of that. Like, the biggest villain has decided not to show up tonight, but here's his hat. They left because he left his hat there. But Russell's notorious for that, even with the American stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not really out of character for Russell.
No.
I love him, but he's a dick.
Yeah.
You know, I love his character. I wish his character would evolve. I wish he as a person would evolve his strategy. But he's a dick. And Benji did this weird thing where he's like, we'll put this hat where it belongs, because you know they have the fire in the center. But he didn't put the hat in the fire. He put it next to the fire.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of really weird and off-putting. And then they went and spoke to Zach.
This is why I don't watch This is exactly why I don't watch these reunions, because a lot of things get... Between the gap between when they finish playing and when they do the reunion, a lot of things get reworked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they turn it, and then they say, "Oh, it wasn't really like that. It was more like this." But you go back and you look and you go, "No, really."
Well, it was such a weird thing. Like that was really weird that Benji tried to claim this villain card, which was Benji was just a player, and I really enjoyed Benji's attempts at playing and manipulation. He wasn't a villain in any way. I don't think we had a real villain again. No, Brian was the closest. I don't think he was. I just think he played from the bottom and he played aggressive.
The weird thing is, and I still go back to, I think Jackie could have been a great villain.
She could have been, yeah.
Except for some strange reason, she decided when the chips were finally given to her to stick with the alliance. Yeah. It was so strange.
Yeah, so she could have been a great villain. We never really had it. I mean, we had Zach as the villain, and we talked. They talked to Zach, and again, another really cringy moment where he didn't back down from his... He was like saying how annoying the women were again, and it was just...
Oh, Zach.
It was really just uncomfortable.
I don't think Zach's...
He's just got nothing between the ears.
I don't think he's a villain. I think he's a buffoon.
Oh, no, yeah, exactly. Zach isn't a villain. He's just a douchebag.
Yeah, he's a buffoon, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't be...
So, yeah, you're right. There wasn't too much, except I just love Survivor so much, and I was riding on a high. I was riding on a high that Shane won. You know, I was so happy that she won. Because there was, like, you know, we talked about how good and bitter, like how sweet it is for that she ended up taking.
I just think it's great that an Australian legend Survivor. That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
But it is. Like, she's 61.
Yeah, love it. Everything about Shane
One of the things I did like about her speech at Tribal was she said, "I tried not to let age be a factor."
Yeah.
And you never heard her once say, "Oh, well, I can't because I'm 61," or anything. She just said, as she said in the thing, I always tried to contribute as much as I could. I never made my age a barrier.
And I you know, there's the only thing, like, I would have loved to have seen more of her Lydia plays, but maybe that wouldn't have got her to the end.
Yeah.
She would have become more of a target. And same as when she had the idol and she became a target and she dropped the target. The Lydia play, she stayed in the background. And then, so you know what? I can't really fault that. The only thing I kind of really would pick on with Shane, yes, I would love to see her because she's great. The only thing I want to pick on is when she was confident about not going home and they had to tell Shane to start to be a bit more paranoid. That's the only real thing. But I'm so happy she was the winner.
The other really strange thing here is don't forget that Brian wanted to actually go to 3 with her. What I mean is, like, Shane had a pretty good shot at this because Sean was going to take her. And Brian was going to take her too.
And everyone underestimated the older person.
Exactly, yeah. I think she played a very good game. If you got to the point where two of the last 4 want to take you to 2 with you, you're in a good situation.
And the other one of that 4 just probably hasn't thought about it because she knows she's always going to be taken and not be able to take anyone.
Exactly, you know? Right? So I thought Shane worked herself into a pretty good position.
Yeah, she was in a great position. Like, you know, I would have been happy to see Shani win. I still would have been happy to see Brian, but I would have preferred Shani over Brian. But Shane, since that day when she made that flawless play, we've been on her Shane's bandwagon, and I wanted more, but I'm happy.
I'm not unhappy with the season.
Definitely
I think
not unhappy.
I'm not unhappy with Shane winning. I think that's a great outcome.
I think it's an amazing outcome. It's such a good outcome because it's, you know what, it's not.
Well, to tell you the truth, out of the final 4, I don't have a real pecking order, but I do say this. You know, like I would have been happy with Shoni, Shane, or Brian.
Yeah. Okay.
Those were my 3 that I thought deserved to get the money. Right. Sean, not so much because I think she didn't play. She came out and said she played hard, but she didn't. Right?
Yeah, well, I think she played hard, but like I said, she played hard out of desperation. Whereas I would love to see her play out of more strategic strength.
And Shane all played from their positions.
Yeah,
it wasn't desperation.
You know, when she was in a comfortable position, Sean didn't do too much other than stay in a comfortable position.
Exactly.
But when she was on the bottom, it became a scramble city. And she was just the queen.
Look, really, a lot of her...
Again, nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that, but I would prefer someone to have a bit more of a
A lot of her play came down to Brian. Like, Brian lying on the beach when he knew his head was on the block.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any more obvious than that. Than I've got an idol at that point, right? Yeah. So it wasn't a hard play to make for that one. Her picking... You know, when she was...
but again, I still...
Yeah, her picking that she was going to be the vote when she played her idol.
That was great.
That was great.
And
she did it perfectly.
She
but it wasn't. What do you say? It wasn't. It wasn't like she had to guess. She knew exactly where the votes were coming.
Yeah, she knew she's a bigger threat.
Exactly,
she's knowing everyone wants to take the old woman who's not going to win the game.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like,
that's
Shane
the perception
put us.
Yeah. So you were correct.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to come after me. I don't have to go, will I play it for me or will I play it for Shane?
Exactly.
It's coming for me.
It's coming to me, right?
So, look, I really, really wrapped with where the season ended. And
same here.
I'm hoping you guys are as well. I don't know if I've got anything else
I'm really hoping that next season is completely open.
Next season is completely open.
That's fantastic.
And they've also changed the process slightly. They've gone back to a season 1 process from what I'm thinking of. And season 1 was when I almost got there.
That's right. So
back to my strengths.
Look, all in all, I'm really glad to hear that it's the most successful viewing season. Yeah, because that means, and if they've already opened that means that hopefully it's going from strength to strength.
Yeah,
and it will become a regular.
That was something like I know that Catherine said it's not a big issue for me, but for me it was a big issue when I was about to say Jeff, but when Jonathan said, "Would you guys play again?" and every single one that he said. Yes, it was to the champions, of course, but they all said in a heartbeat.
Of course, in a heartbeat.
But that's what, even as I loved how Shane's like, this is so hard.
Yeah.
Like, God, do I love it out here.
Yeah, exactly.
She was loving the game. Yeah. And that's what obviously we're big fans of this game, and we've been loving the game for 37 seasons now. We're getting close. Right. Like 40 seasons is 20 years.
That's right.
We've been loving the game, and I personally just want to play this game. I'd
love to play it.
Yeah, it's just
fantastic.
This is
I'd be the first voted out, which would be unfortunate. I'd hate that, but I'd love to go. Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
It's just a great game, and to have people. Yeah. I know it's not for everyone, but to have so many people this season go, you know what? Yeah, it was cold. We didn't eat much
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
Blah, 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 all these things.
Yeah.
But God, was the game fun, because it is.
Yeah, it
it
is.
looks so much fun.
It is. I think it'd be just awesome fun. Look, one of the things I think Brian said in the when he was at the final trial, or not the final trial, but the trial when he got voted out, was he was like, this isn't how we normally act. We know we're playing a game, and this is what we do in the game, but outside of this, we don't. Yeah. I thought that was really good, because it tells you, like, it's like playing a game of tennis. You go in, you play your game.
Yeah. Well,
it doesn't have to wreck your life.
And as a footy player, when you cross the white line, you get in fights and whatnot.
That's
right. You're
right.
bumping everyone and can get really heated. But off the footy field, that's gone.
I don't. It's not like I didn't bump you because I hate you.
Yeah,
I just bumped you.
Very rarely is that a thing that stays. And look, it can, but more often than not, once they leave the field, shake hands, it's over. Done. And that's how Brian played.
Exactly.
On the field. And you know what? That, to me, when he said that was a good little bit of a seed he was planting on the hope that he got to the final.
I think so.
Because this isn't who I am. I'm just playing the game, and I come from a sport that is aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an aggressive sport, and he played and that's. I don't have anything wrong with that.
No, neither do I. I mean, you don't get to be an AFL player by being a wallflower.
Yeah, or a triple premiership AFL
exactly
player.
Right. So, good season. Look, the other thing I'd like to say is when I heard it was going to be celebrities way back last year, I was very downcast about that, but I think it's turned out really well.
That's the thing. I think they picked a great, on the whole. I think they picked a really good example, and they didn't all, like, we had the scientist guy, we had the barrister girl, we had the poker player. These aren't people in the limelight.
No.
But we had people that fitted in with these people, even though they were mostly physical.
I like the choice of Shane. I like Matt as a choice. You know what I mean?
Commando's probably an iffy choice.
I think he was iffy.
He's got a bit of popularity, and maybe I would love it that if he applied himself. I would love it if all these people applied and they weren't scouted. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But he's probably the weaker of the even. Funnily enough, just because he was a celebrity trainer, someone like Sam being if he was the top of his game might be more of a champion then. I
don't know. Look, the fact is that, but there was one true champion on that side.
Oh, and she's now the champion.
And
the sole survivor.
Absolutely, and
but still, Lydia is she's done 5 Olympics, gold medalist as well.
Exactly.
So she's still a big champion.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's right. But the problem is the bigger champion still took you out.
Well,
you can't beat Shane Gould's record. It's just true. Unbeatable.
It's true.
Nobody else will ever hold all those titles at one time. It's just unbelievable. And then she comes out in 61
and wins Survivor. One of the oldest woman to find an idol, the oldest woman to play an idol, and I don't know if she's the oldest woman to win. That would be a fact check if anyone can.
I don't think.
I know there's been older men, but I don't know.
No, there's been some older women, especially like in Africa and Australia was an older woman. But I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think it was like 50 something or 45 or something like that. But 61. I think she probably. I'm going to bank she's the oldest woman.
Cool. Well, that's really all I could say.
Yeah,
I'm really happy.
But we've got American Survivor.
Yeah. So that's it for Australian Survivor for us. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we ended up enjoying it. We hope you enjoyed watching us. For those that watch us,
yes.
Stay tuned because we will be back in a couple of days.
Absolutely.
For episode 3 of. I was going to say
David versus Goliath.
Or champions versus contenders. The same thing.
That's right. It's really the same thing. Okay.
And it's playing out the same at the moment. Is. So hopefully it changes up come merge. Anyway, maybe if we do miss an episode of David versus Goliath, we could just put we'll put episode 3 of this.
Yeah.
Like if we forget to film, we'll just put a champions and contenders one and we'll just rename it. That's all from us for Australian season, but we'll see you in a couple of days.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.